Good morning. Let's go ahead and finish our lesson over our dictionaries today. This is going to be lesson 63, so we're going to be on pages 123 and 124. If you will get those out and ready to go. All right, you can use the dictionary to help build your vocabulary. I'm at the very top of 123. If an entry word has more than one meaning, the definitions in the entry are numbered. That's what we looked at yesterday. Remember when a word that you're looking up has a 1, a 2, maybe even a 3 or a 4, it means there's just different meanings for those words. Some words are spelled the same, but become part of the English language from different origins. The dictionary enters each of these words separately. Notice the small raised numerals next to the two words. So let's look at these down here. There's mint and mint. Now notice mint with a little tiny 1, and then there's mint with a little tiny 2. You notice those? Okay, the one with the 1 beside it is a particular, totally different mint than the other one. The first one is talking about a plant or the spice, and then the other one is talking about a place. Okay, so they're both nouns, but they mean something totally different. Notice how both of them have at least 2 meanings. They have 2 meanings to them, even though they're the same word. All right, let's look at the guided practice, and maybe this will make a little bit more sense to us. It says to write the number of the entry and the number of the definition for the correct meaning of mint in each sentence. The first one's already done. So, number 1, the sample sentence is, I saw how pennies were made at the Denver Mint. Okay, we have to figure out which entry. Is it 1 or 2? And then which definition is it of that entry? Is it the first one or the second one? Well, it tells us that it's entry number 2. So mint entry number 2 is a place. And in that sentence, they're speaking of a place. That's why they put entry number 2. It's the second mint. And it's definition number 1 of that entry. So let's look at that. A place where coins are made by a government. Okay. Number 2 definition means a large amount or supply. Okay. So it was entry number 2, definition number 1. Let's look at the next one. My aunt grows several varieties of mint in her garden. Well, we know this is going to be entry number 1. And I say 1, it's mint with a little tiny 1 beside it. That tells us which entry it is. Okay, so it's the first entry. Which definition? The first definition is a plant used for flavoring whose leaves have a strong, pleasant smell and taste. The second definition is a piece of candy flavored with mint. So it would be the first definition. So it would be first entry and first definition. Does that make sense to you? Mom gave me a mint to freshen my breath. Which entry is that? Entry number 1, and it's definition number 2. Okay, let's look at number 4. That sports car must have cost a mint. That's going to be entry number 2, definition number 2, because mint with the little 2 beside it, and then definition number 2 says a large amount or supply, and the sample sentence is $2,000 is a mint of money. So that's where they use mint to mean a lot. Okay, let's look at number 5, 6, and 7. We're going to fill in the circle next to the correct part of speech for the word mint. Okay, now there was 1 pink mint left in the candy dish. Okay, is that mint speaking of a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Remember, an adjective describes, a verb is something you do, and a noun is a person, place, or a thing. So in that sentence, mint is a noun. We're talking about a thing, a piece of candy. Number 6, the antique car is in mint condition. That would be an adjective because it's explaining what kind of condition. So it's an adjective. Number 7, the workers mint pennies from copper. Now that's telling what they do, so that is a verb. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to leave you with the next page on your own. I'm not going to grade it. I'm not going to give you the answers on this one. I would like to see this page just to make sure you're following along correctly. Now at the bottom it says apply and write. To read the definitions of bill and write a sample sentence that could be used to help a reader better understand that. So that means you're going to have to look at whichever one it's saying at the bottom. You'll have to find that definition and then write a sentence, just a very short sample sentence, to explain what that particular meaning of that particular word is. Okay? If you get lost or you need some help, send me a message on Google Classroom, and then I'll be happy to send you a video and kind of help walk you through that a little bit better. But I'd like to see if you are really on this or not, or if you're going to need a little bit of help. That'll help me determine how we finish this chapter. Okay? All right, that'll be all for today.